Hi, my name is Jake. I am a math tutor from Chicago. This video is a practice real analysis quiz. So if you're a real analysis student and you're learning about sequences and subsequences, you can watch the video and take this practice quiz and hopefully see where you're at with that stuff. So before I get into the quiz, I just want to let you know that I tutor online. So if you're looking for a math tutor, my website is herndonmathservices.com. You can contact me through my site. Okay, I'll get to the quiz in just a minute. I want to go over a couple definitions first. If you don't need a review, you can just skip this frame. The quiz is on the next frame. But if you do want a review of the definitions, here we go. A sequence x sub n is an infinite list of real numbers. A sequence y sub n is a subsequence of a sequence x sub n if there is a strictly increasing sequence k sub n of natural numbers with y sub n equals x sub k sub n for all natural numbers n. A sequence x sub n is monotonic if it's either monotonically increasing or if it's monotonically decreasing. So increasing just means the terms are getting bigger or maybe staying the same, and decreasing just means the terms are getting smaller or maybe staying the same. And a sequence x sub n is bounded if there are real numbers a and b, so that every term in the sequence is bigger than a but smaller than b. And if the sequence is not bounded, it's just called unbounded. And a sequence x sub n is convergent if there is some real number L, so that for any real number epsilon greater than 0, there is a natural number n, so that the absolute value of x sub little n minus L is less than epsilon for every little n bigger than n. And a sequence which is not convergent is called divergent. So I'm going to assume you've seen these definitions before. If you're studying real analysis, I know you have. And now we're going to move on to the quiz. So here you go. It's a true or false quiz, and there's 8 statements. Some of them are true, some of them are false. I'll just read through them one by one, and after reading through them, I'll go through the answers. So 1, every monotonic sequence is convergent. 2, every bounded sequence is convergent. 3, there is a convergent sequence that is unbounded. 4, there is a convergent sequence that is not monotonic. 5, every sequence has a convergent subsequence. 6, every sequence has a monotonic subsequence. 7, there is an unbounded sequence that has a convergent subsequence. And 8, there is a convergent sequence that has a divergent subsequence. So pause the video here if you want to attempt the quiz. In just a moment, I'll go through the answers. So this frame is to prevent spoilers. If you want to work on the quiz, pause, please. Last chance. Here come the answers. All right. Here are the answers. For statement 1, every monotonic sequence is convergent. That's false. So you can just take the sequence of natural numbers. That's monotonically increasing, and it is definitely not convergent. For statement 2, every bounded sequence is convergent. That's also false. So like the alternating sequence that just goes 0, 1, and then repeats 0, 1, that's bounded, and it's divergent. But here's something that is true. So if you have a sequence that's monotonic and bounded, then that sequence has to be convergent. So monotonic by itself, that's not enough to get convergence. Bounded by itself, that's not enough to get convergence. But if you're monotonic and bounded, then you have to be convergent. So that's called the monotone convergence theorem. For statement 3, there is a convergent sequence that is unbounded. That is false. Every convergent sequence is bounded. That's a pretty famous fact about convergent sequences. And for 4, there is a convergent sequence that is not monotonic. Yeah, of course, this is true. So you can take the sequence that starts with 0 and then goes 1 and then goes 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6. That converges to 0 and it's not monotonic because it starts off increasing and then it starts decreasing after that. All right, solutions 5 through 8. So statement 5, every sequence has a convergent subsequence. This is false. The sequence of natural numbers has no convergent subsequence. And there's lots of other sequences that don't have convergent subsequences. Statement 6, every sequence has a monotonic subsequence. That is true, and it's a pretty deep fact. It's called the monotone subsequence theorem. Statement 7, there is an unbounded sequence that has a convergent subsequence. This is true. You can look at the sequence that goes 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, and then 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7. That's unbounded, and it contains a convergent subsequence. 0, 0, 0, 0. Just the sequence of every other term is constant, and so it converges. In statement 8, there is a convergent sequence that has a divergent subsequence. That's false. So this is another famous fact about convergent sequences. All of their subsequences have to be convergent too, and they'll converge to the same limit as the original sequence. So that's the end of the quiz. I hope you did well, and if you didn't do well, I hope you learned something. Once again, I tutor online, so if you like this video and you're interested in hiring me as a math tutor, please contact me through herndonmathservices.com. Okay, bye.